Hello and good morning, everyone. Just gonna wait for a couple of minutes so others could join us, and I'm hoping to be out of here in about maybe half an hour. I'm just gonna run this live stream as like a proper video because I don't intend to sit here. When it comes to UK news, I just want to come in, share the story, and move along. So I'm just gonna wait another couple of seconds and then we'll get started. With that being said, like, share. If you come across this video at any time, like, share, drop your thoughts and opinion in the comment section, and yeah, let's take it from there. So, I think I'm going to get started. And who am I? I think I should do a quick introduction. My name is Wemimo, also known as Stat Mama 5, also known as TMO5 Kanduko. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So, um, I've been seeing this news of obviously Kemi Badenoch. I saw that post from her on X last night, and I think it was about the fact that there's been a talk and protest that's been going on for the past possibly since Monday actually. I've been seeing lots of posts about asylum seekers being housed, as in they are going to provide accommodation for asylum seekers in an hotel. Currently, the UK is experiencing housing shortages, and the housing shortages stemmed from, now this is my opinion, the housing shortages stemmed from the influx, like the when the care visa was opened, which allowed lots of migrants to come into the UK. And obviously, the international international students coming into the UK to study, they'll probably have to live somewhere, right? So all the people coming in through the care worker visa, all these sort of visas that were introduced during the COVID period, I felt the housing issue that the UK was going through stemmed after COVID, because yes, the UK needed a lot of helping hands, and they are wanting lots of people to come in. So yes, UK have been experiencing housing shortages for a very long time. So like I said, there's been news in the street, there's been protests. I think I've seen a couple of articles protesting about the fact that some cities are against the fact that the UK home the UK Home Office are wanting to house asylum people who are claiming asylum into hotels and into some Airbnb. Normally, I've been through the asylum process. I knew how it worked then is that you go into a temporary accommodation. Either you go into a temporary accommodation or into an hotel. It depends. If you've got younger children, they will try and provide you at least a temporary accommodation that will be comfortable. And if I remember clearly, I was placed in an hotel for a couple of days, and then once I get, the home office has my record and all of that, I was now placed into more of like a temporary accommodation, which has a flat, so which allows me to buy my own food, cook, and do all of these things while I'm still processing all of the things I was meant to process. And I think I was in that temporary accommodation for like about a month, and then I had a permanent accommodation. So now things have changed over the years, right? Things have changed over the years, whereby, like I said, housing is now an issue in the UK. So when asylum seekers now come into the UK to claim asylum, they are not even being placed in Airbnb because the Airbnb are not available. So now they are being placed in hotels. So which means that it's costing the UK a lot of money. And the hotel they are placing them, maximum they are in that hotel for like maybe a couple of days, and then they move them on to other temporary accommodation. But I guess there's like an issue everywhere. So I saw a couple of articles which I'm going to quickly share with you, and then we go on to read. Obviously, the post that Kemi Badenoch posted, we're going to read it and then just go on from the comment there. So I really don't have much to say, but I just felt like, what, let me come here and address the issue of asylum, and obviously why the reason why they are wanting to house asylum seekers in hotels. And the thing I found really difficult, where I may be concerned and where I understand, or why I understand where people are concerned, is the fact that hello Monica and David, welcome. I understand why people are mad at the fact that certain cities is more or less going to be like a certain hotel in a particular city is going to house just male asylum seekers. And the initial plan was that that city is going to be housing asylum seekers who are mothers with young children, not male. But then again, if they are only housing mothers with young children, how about those who are male, who are single male, who arrive before because as long as have approach come in different forms, either as a family, in a family they provide for other children. Some come as single father with children, some come as single mothers with children. So, but let me bring up that. Let me share my screen with you. I found a couple of articles. Let's start with this. I think it was the BBC. So, like I said, I found this article. It says a protest held against plans to house asylum seekers, and this was released on the 30th of July, this yesterday. So it says that other people are protesting, and according to the report, it says that more than 1,000 anti-immigration protesters have demonstrated against plans to provide accommodation for couples and parents seeking asylum. It came after former Conservative Home Secretary Suella Braverman labelled Home Office proposal to house 35 people in flats above Waterloo, utterly inappropriate. So they have an issue with asylum seekers being housed in an hotel. Okay, they have an issue with that. Guys, please like this live stream for me. So, Avant Borough Council leader Labour's Phil Monday accused the MP for Fareham and Waterloo of seeking to exacerbate fear. One thing is this: in Scotland, Scotland had, I would say, most of the asylum seekers that arrived in the UK at some point. Scotland had most of them. Majority of them were sent to Scotland. I mean, I know of a few who actually claimed asylum in London. They were sent all the way down to Scotland because of this issue of no housing issues. And I've heard of from people who actually who are still claiming asylum in London, saying that, you know what, when you claim asylum in London, they don't provide you with accommodation. They expect you to go find an accommodation yourself, because I felt in a way they believe that, okay, how long ago did you arrive in the UK? So if you've been in the UK for a week, where were you sleeping in that 1 week? So yeah, they would start your asylum process, but they won't provide accommodation for you. I've heard a few people say that, but I don't know if that is still the same as at today, or maybe things have changed or not. So I'm not able to tell. So from this article, it did say that a Home Office consultation ends on Friday, after which it will declare whether to approve the proposed accommodation. And in a letter wrote, such families fastnesses made town centers a no-go zone for the patriotic common sense majority. I mean, I understand, because these asylum seekers are coming, they are coming from like war-torn countries. Some of them are coming from Iraq, some of them are coming from Palestine. They are coming from all these countries where obviously, when you hear news of what is happening in their country, you'll be somehow fearful about the people coming from there as well. But AO. So he continues saying that following discussions with the Home Office, it has been told the accommodation was best suited for the use of couples. So the agreement was that the accommodation in that city were going to be given to, we're going to be housing couples or single parents with young children. But now they're now saying that no, they are going to be putting or placing single male asylum seekers there. And you guys know, or some of these people that come from this country, some of them are born pedos. Some, I'm not saying all of them, some. Okay, so that's some of the news there, that there's an issue that it was meant to be, the accommodation is meant to house single parents and with children, not single male. That's the issue that they're having in this city. So there's another article I found again. Let me open that up. So it's like an issue going on. Okay, it's a big issue going on, and they are not agreeing. And I like I said, I don't blame the people in that city, saying, because obviously that was not what you said you wanted to come. That was not what we agreed that you're going to do. Now you're changing. So the article where it now says that they've now changed their mind about the people that are going to be housed in that accommodation is now something that okay. I mean, that page is still loading just now. Let me wait for that page to load. Okay. The page is still loading, guys. Please like this live stream for me. Like I said, I'm not going to be here for a very long time. Just want to put this out there so that others can watch. So obviously, again, from the BBC, and this was written 2 days ago. So it says that the council opposes change to asylum seeker hotel plan, and it says here that the Spelton Borough Council has said it is, in quote, alarmed by Home Office proposal to exclusively house male asylum seekers in an hotel in the area. So they have an issue with the fact that it's going to be housing male asylum seekers. So in a letter sent to the Secretary of State, Council leader Joanne Sexton raised concerns regarding changes to plans for the Stanwell Hotel on Stanwell's Town Lane. The authority said it had previously approved of only accommodating families and single women at the venue, all of whom will now have to be relocated due to the mooted turnaround. So the agreement was that only single parents, single women at the venue, or those with families are going to be the ones to be housed in that hotel. But now the home office are now taking a U-turn, saying no, that they are housing single male asylum seekers, which obviously costs as an issue for them. Okay, so and like I said, I understand why that is an issue, because even housing these people in an hotel is going to cost the council and the home office a lot of money. Now you can imagine a certain area is going to house single male strangers from different countries. We don't know them. This council don't know them. Even police officers don't know them. So it's going to be a matter of you allow a massive amount of single male people who have come from a different part of the world to come claim asylum. And yes, I've heard of a few crimes that some of the single male people who claim asylum committed, in terms of raping and stuff like that. And is some of those news has originated from some of the people who came in. So I don't blame this council saying no, we don't want. See if it's mixed. If they are not just accommodating single male, maybe that would make sense. But in a particular hotel, I think that's the image of the hotel. You can see how big that building is. It's saying that it's only male asylum seekers that are going to be out there. So I wish them all the luck. I believe the comment from Kemi Badenoch originated from this news of housing asylum seekers in hotels, blah 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 blah. Hence why Kemi Badenoch said Britain is our home, not a hotel. So let me go on there. Like, people were giving her boosts on X. So let's go on to X, see what she had to say, read the comment, and then I'll round up this live stream. Like I said, I just want to be here for about half an hour and not here for the end of for hours or anything like that. So let me share my screen with you, and it was on X. So yeah, the people were coming for her boost, that it was not a joke. Okay, it was not a joke. So this is the post on X that she made. I don't know if I'm able to share this screen bigger. Okay, there we go. So she wrote, Britain is our home, not a hotel. And she posted that about 9 minutes past 8 yesterday. And somebody said in the comments, so there's a lot of comments who agree with her. There are a lot of comments that said no. And yes, I know Nigerians are giving her woto as well, because they were like, no, you are Nigerian. Why are you using Nigerians to settle scores with the British government, with the British politics? Because they also, Monica said, Kemi should give up already. I mean, I understand people have their thought and opinion, but yeah, I'm just here to just read the comment underneath. I understand why Nigerians are faulting her, like saying that no, do your politics in peace. Do your politics because you have the brain, you understand the British government, you understand the British politics to be able to in order for you to be elected as the next prime minister, because that is our goal. However, I understand why Nigerians are coming for us, saying that, okay, look at Rishi Sunak. He was previously the MP, was previously the prime minister in the UK. Not during his time did he ever said something about where he originated from. Not once did he ever speak against his people. Not once did he ever call out his original country of abode. Country of birth. Not once did he have anything to say about the people from his country, despite being the prime minister in the UK. But our Auntie Kemi, she has not even stepped in. She has not even contested. She's just going back and forth, doing all of these things, trying to make herself trying to put herself out there. But do you guys know how many things she said about Nigeria? About the fact that when she was growing up, that the armed robbers came to her house, they stole her brother's shoes, they stole her brother's wristwatch and belts. Do you know how many things she has gone on to say? Do you know how many things? Like, if Kemi Badenoch become the prime minister in the UK, it don't finish for Nigerians. It is done and dusted for Nigerians if Kemi ever become the prime minister, because she will continue to use Nigerian name to score goals. Monica said, I don't even know where it was from. I have to ask where the from. I think is he Indian, or sure it's from the Asian community or something. Indian community, I think it's got Indian origin, either Indian or Hindu, I think. She said a lot of things. The recent news where she was in the news was when she was like, because she's a Nigerian, that she's not able to transfer Nigerian citizenship to our children. And I was like, that was a foul. And a lot of people, like, I came here, I did my own part of the video, like, no, Nigerian constitution says this is what it is. If you are your grandparent, your child, automatically your children are, even your grandparents, as long as your grandparents are Nigerians. And if you go on to have children, your children would automatically be Nigerian. It is only your spouse, your Oyibo husband, that cannot get, Nigerian citizenship. So I don't understand why that is a freaking big deal. And also, the UK are making laws that aligns with their principles and policies. So why are you now dragging Nigerian government for making rules and policies that aligns with their country? So that's just my own take in that. Monica said, "I am a single mom and I gave my exactly." So that was why people came for her. A lot of people came for her, and like obviously I did a video to explain that part that she actually lied. She's just using Nigeria to score goals. So anyway, the post on obviously she posted that Britain is her home, not a hotel, and the person here said Salako said the parable of the ladder. Once a man lived in a burning house. The flames rose higher every day. One night, he found a ladder leaning against the wall, risking everything. He climbed it and escaped through a hole in the roof with his daughter. Beyond the smoke, he found another house that was strong, cool, and safe. Well, this is a long post. I don't think I want to read it. So somebody else also said, "You are Nigerian. Britain is not your home. Britain is the home of the Anglo-Celts. The Tories, along with Labour, have played a major role in demographically replacing the indigenous population with cheap foreign workers for the sake of filling Labour vacancies just to see 0.1% of the GDP growth. Remigration now." And somebody called Guy said, "Kemi is one of the only MPs I've seen who unapologetically defends Britain, our people, and our values. You guys are lucky to have a woman like this in your government." Again, one thing about this is this. She's a British woman. She's married to a British man. She's Britico. It's like being a British citizen and being in politics, aspiring to become the Prime Minister of the UK. Our allegiance, our oath remains with the UK government, not with the Nigerian government. Because at the end of the day, it's the Nigerian government. I mean, it's the UK government that are providing her with everything she so desires. It's the UK government that is providing everything, like good schools, good environment, good living conditions for her, not Nigeria. Yes, she is originally by birth, no, by or what would I say, by origin she's a Nigerian because her parents are Nigerians. Yes, she was born in the UK, but ideally she'd be Nigerian by blood, by heritage, by everything. She's a Nigerian Yoruba woman. That's who she is. So for someone who's aspiring to become the Prime Minister in the UK, she's currently living in the UK, she's scoring goals and that. So our allegiance is with the UK government. And yes, I remembered when I was getting my naturalization certificate, you have to swear an oath that your allegiance, you are with the UK government, blah blah blah. They with the Queen Elizabeth, blah blah blah. So, if anything now, I should be putting all of my support behind the UK government, regardless. I should be putting all of my energy behind the UK government because why? That was part of the oath I took. There was like when you were being given your naturalization, when you go to naturalize as a British citizen, you go to I can't even remember that office that we went. You sign you read the oath like so your name. You have become. I can't remember what we said, but it was more or less like you swearing allegiance, oath of allegiance to say that I am going to do everything now that I'm a Britico. Now that I'm a British, I'm a Scottish, I am going to protect the interests of me being a Scots woman, being a British woman, before I will protect that of me originally coming from Nigeria. So in a way, she has no other reason not to protect or stay behind the UK government because they provide her with everything. So let's move on from there. I'm going to read a couple more comments and then, like I said, I'm going to round up in about 10 minutes. So someone also asked that why has racism grown in Britain, right? That is another talk for another day. Like racism is everywhere. I live in Scotland. I've been in Scotland for 20 years. In that 20 years, I have experienced racism twice. My oldest, experienced racism at the age of 6. And I've already shared my experience of how I went through that. So racism is out there. But for me, it's only, like I said, when I experienced racism, it was barely between the first and second year that I was in Scotland. I don't think anybody out there will see me now, and think they want to racially abuse me. Do so at your own risk because I will make sure I put you back to where you're from. I don't care if your entire generation owns Scotland. Approach me and racially abuse me. I'm not going to be violent though. There's no need to be fighting. There's no need to shout. I'll say one word to you and then I'll let the police deal with it because yes, in Scotland, they don't joke with racism. As long as you report it, the authorities will step into place. I know there's a lot. I don't know how often or how frequent it happened outside of Scotland, but in Scotland, they don't allow anything of such at all. Like you do it, it happen as long as you report it and you're able to they give a description of who racially abused you, that person will get done for by the police. Okay. So like I said, it's not a matter of you fighting, you shouting. No need for that. So like I said, racism is everywhere, not just in Britain alone. Racism is everywhere, but it seems to have grown in Britain a lot. So that's the question that person asked there. And somebody also said, Britain is not your home. Leave. And also, this person said, for 14 years, your lot ignored our every cry. Time and time again, we lent our votes to change the direction we were headed, and time again, you shite on us from great heights. We all know the Tories are more fiscally and economically literate than the rabid, retarded left. But are we now at the point where we are so screwed economically, legally, and demographically? There's no FUCKS left to give. They are only in power because of how badly you guys treated us and our home. You're not going to come close in 2029, Kemi. I want to believe this person's a Nigerian person. The stories are resigned to the history books. It's over for you guys. You're flogging a dead horse. Somebody also continued, the racism in her replies is disgusting. It's the main reason why she will never be PM. And also, there's a poster where it says that she has appointed herself as the savior of Western civilization. So desperately searching for relevance. Keir Starmer savage slap down to this clown. Let's listen to this.
Suggested to the Prime Minister that he cut the aid budget, and I'm pleased that he accepted my advice.
I'm going to have to let the Leader of the Opposition down gently. She didn't feature in my thinking at all. I was so busy over the weekend I didn't even see her proposal. I think she's a saviour of the Western civilization. It's a desperate search for relevance.
Suggested to the Prime Minister.
So you guys heard that she's trying to make herself what the savior of Western civilization, and also Britain has been irrevocably damaged, not least by the Tory party. We now there's a lot of comment. A lot of them they don't agree with her, and some of them agreed with her as well. Somebody has said your mom lived in Nigeria but came to the UK. Make sure you were born here. Now it's protected. So someone says that okay, the same system that allowed our mom to come into the UK to give birth to her is the same system now she's trying to block for other people who are trying to use or access the same the same process. So guys, leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. Like I said, I don't intend to be here for a very long time. I just want to quickly come share this. Like I said, leave your thoughts and opinion. I just felt like obviously the way Kemi is going on about it, there's a way she can win her way into the house of there's a way she can win herself to become the prime minister, but continuously bringing down Nigeria, I just feel it's not the best way to go. It's not the best way to go. She could say, let her take a leaf or an example from Rishi Sunak. Like I said, Rishi Sunak went in as a prime minister with everything. He does his prayer, he does all of his prayer riches that he does without him giving a care about what people will say, because that's his culture. And he did not say because he's a PM in the UK, he did not say because he's lived all his life in the UK that normally the things he will do when he says his prayers or when he gives thanks that he will now do them. No, it was his natural self while he was there. So why is it difficult for Kemi to remain the same? Why is it difficult for Kemi to remain the same? And also, don't get me wrong, I also agree with some of Kemi's points as to migration, that if you've ever committed a crime, that rather than them keeping you here, once you've served your prison time, you should be deported. I've always said that you can't leave your own home country, you go abroad and you're committing crime. It doesn't make sense. So if that was your intention, just stay put stay put in your own country. Don't come and commit crime. Look at all the cases of crimes I've been reporting on my channel. People who are in the US, they are Nigerians who upon reaching the US, they started committing fraud. It just doesn't make sense. Like, you're defrauding the country that's providing you with what Nigeria cannot give to you. You're defrauding people living in the country of the government that is providing a safe environment for you, at least a safe environment to an extent for you. Why do you think going into fraud, committing all of these atrocities, and some of our Nigerian men as well, they come into the UK either through a care visa, whatever, and then you see them chasing after young teenage innocent girls? Like, why are you chasing? You have your wife and your children. Why are you chasing young Oyinbo girls? Why you want to go and academics young Oyinbo girl? Why? And like I said, men that come into this country to do something like that, they are possibly already doing such in Nigeria. For them to have the audacity, for them to have the guts to go onto a dating app and be talking to an underage person. So, and then people say, oh, maybe this Nigerian men we should speak to them. Like, speak to them. How? You have a wife and your own children. How would you feel? If somebody you don't know is talking to your 16-year-old girl, is asking your 16-year-old daughter, this, that, this, it just doesn't make sense. So let us be giving ourselves brain, okay? And lastly, before I leave, I'm going to say this. I've actually lost my, okay. I believe with all of this happening now, recently I discussed the talk of obviously Ghana asking Nigerians to leave. Obviously, a lot of countries now. There's no news anywhere in diaspora. Nigeria would always be mentioned, either for good, either for bad. Nigerian, like that name Nigeria, will always prop up. And also, I just want to implore our Nigerians, being a Nigerian, I think with all of these things coming up, I think it's high time for us to all step up and bring our government to accountability, bring our government to do the right thing by us. Because if Nigeria was to be better, if the Nigerian government are actually working for our citizens, Nigeria should not, obviously, people want to jackpot with jackpot not because of making a better life for themselves abroad, but they will travel because they want to explore the world, not because they necessarily want to go and take up employment from somewhere. But look at what is currently happening in Nigeria right now. Look at what's happening right now. So yes, we think the best thing for us to do is to leave and go to another country. But now all of these countries are shutting their borders. There was a news recently released by the US that childbirth tourism. A video is coming about that. I'm bringing that video soon. US has just shut its door on childbirth tourism. And I know a lot of Nigerians, all of the celebrations of these rich people, they take advantage of that. No, a few months before their baby's due, they go to the US on a tourism, visa, whatever, go to UK, US to have their baby so that their baby could have an American citizenship. Now the US government are putting a stop to that. A lot of changes are going on everywhere and it's impacting Nigerians in a lot of ways. So I'm imploring to every Nigerian in diaspora or wherever you might find yourself, and those who are Nigerians who are still back home, I think this is high time. If this country are telling us that they don't want Nigerians, if these countries are saying no to Nigerians, I think it's high time we need to get to the street. We need to get our government to start doing the right thing by us, because it's crazy that we are going through all of these things. And there, don't get me wrong, some Nigerians have actually spoiled the faces of Nigerians everywhere. So hence why I always said, I know what, you commit a crime, it's just not going to impact you, the person alone. It's going to impact all the other people that originated from that same country you came from. Hence why I'm mad at the fact that anything Nigerian does, they paint all Nigerians with the same brush, which in my own opinion, I feel like it's not right. Anyway, guys, I've put all of my thought and opinion there, and this is where I'm going to drop the mic. Abby, I'm just leaving. I didn't want to wake you guys up because I felt it was just a quick live stream, about 20 minutes, and I'll be out of here. So, like I said, Nigerians, we can do better. All of these countries saying they don't want us. Let us, as Nigerians, start holding our government accountable. They need to start doing better. Provide all the things that we don't have that is actually making people want to leave Nigeria. Like people, if you ask any Nigerian today, they're like, oh, their plan is to jackpot. If Nigeria was good, they would not be jackpot. And yes, Nigeria still, like I've always said, that human beings are social animals. We are allowed to travel as long as we can afford it. Like I said, if Nigeria was perfect, Kemi Badenoch would not be using Nigeria as toothpick, right? She will not be using Nigerians as toothpick. Ghanaians will not be using Nigerians as toothpick. South Africans will not be using Nigerians as toothpick. Everywhere in the world, the US, Canada, name it, will not be using Nigeria as toothpick. But as it is now, will be toothpick in the hands of the world. With that being said, I guess Nigerians should take it easy on Kemi Badenoch. Kemi Badenoch has a goal, and she's using Nigeria as a stepping stone to get into there. And I'll be shocked, absolutely shocked, if she doesn't become a prime minister. Like I said, I think she has maybe 50, maybe 40% possibility of being the next prime minister in the UK. 60%, I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, with that being said, thanks so much, guys, for being here. And like I said, the people in that city, they have an issue with just male asylum seekers being housed in that hotel. The plan was that it was going to be single mothers with younger children or families. Now they said just single men. It's crazy. And again, if they're not going to allow them to be housed in that hotel, where are they going to house them? Where are they going to house these people? Where would the UK government house these male asylum seekers? Where? Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I mean, like I said, she initially worked within the information technology sector as a software engineer. So she knows how to, how to maneuver her way. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. Like I said, I just want to quickly do this live stream and pop the information out there. And if you are watching again, please do not hesitate to like, share, drop your thought and opinion in the comment section. As always, subscribe. Oh, before I leave, can I use this opportunity to say thank you to those of you? I received a couple of PayPal payments. I woke up this morning and I saw you've received money. A couple of you sent me money via PayPal, and thank you so much. And I'm going to get myself a lot of coffee today. Actually, I'm heading to Costco in a few minutes now. So yeah, thank you so much to those of you who have reached out to me via PayPal. Thank you. May God continue to enrich your pockets, and your pockets shall never run dry. Thank you so much. And with that being said, let me quickly read your comments and I'll leave. Monica has been dropping comments. I've just not been reading the comments. Monica said, very unfortunate that she's putting Nigeria down at the same time. She doesn't know she's putting herself exactly, because at the end of the day, she's the fact remains that she's still a Nigerian. Monica said they said she's married to German because of the German surname. Alright, okay. She is Nigeria with British passport. Her husband ahead, not sure, is German with British passport. So what is her business? What is her problem now? Her children are British, so I don't see why that talk actually had to come out during that interview that she did. But yeah, desperate for relevance. She came in that was an anchor baby. Can say anchor baby. Please, I want to ask, apart from being in politics, I've been asking what is Kemi profession, and also what has she contributed to the United Kingdom? I see Abby coming there. So I think Abby said, Monica, she initially worked within the information technology sector as a software engineer. All right, okay. She also studied computer systems engineering and law afterwards, right? So obviously she's been there. Who will vote for her? Well, there are some people who will vote for her. There are some people who will vote for her, but we shall see. We shall all see when that time comes. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I will probably see you guys about 3 o'clock or maybe about 2 o'clock. I've got a couple of videos I would love to play over a live stream. It's about all this story of justice for Mohbad. There's a guy I've been watching for the past 2 days actually. I was gonna sit down and play some of his videos, but I think I'm just gonna do a live stream and then stream his videos, and then obviously just go as we do. So I'm going to schedule that, and then with that being said, we've got another live stream at 7 o'clock tonight. So I'm sure that's already been set up already. If you've not received the setup, please go turn on. There's a bell beside the subscribe button. Go hit that bell so that anytime I go live, you receive the notification. So yes, I'm going to quickly set up that live stream for 3 o'clock or maybe half 2. So we spend about an hour or an hour and a half on that, and then we have enough time to relax, chill, and then we'll come do the 7 o'clock live. So with that being said, thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you later, maybe in about a few hours. All right, bye, guys.